to think of things, to be imaginative.
Bad Taste was made with great enthusiasm,
but very little money. The world holds its breath for Peter Jackson's second feature and first fully professional film.
Look on in horror next on BBC2. We're heading deep into the night with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Forbidden Weekend presents. The first film to be censored in Britain surprisingly didn't feature sex or violence. A piece of cheese took the starring role.
The censors I've met in my life always look kinky to me.
Today, 10% of films are cut before they reach the screen.
The censor has a different perception. It's what turns him on.
Now you can see the shots they left on the cutting room floor in Empire of the Censors, tomorrow at 10:05, and continuing Monday at 9 on BBC2.
it is the year 2000. Border guards patrol a new and sinister Europe. A racist killing.
What does it say? We are crossing.
God, is this it then?
Sparks an investigation.
There are 15,000 Muslims in this city. No! You or your contacts can come up with anything useful. I'll pay you.
But the hunter becomes the hunted.
Services Division, Newport.
She disappeared. The prince had turned up all over your house. Something is going on, Paul.
Disappeared? You know no one's gonna buy that.
They're saying I killed her.
Did you?
Where are we?
Where you before. Welcome to hell.
Trevor Eve confronts a nightmare world in Black Easter. Sunday, 4th of June on BBC2.
The Forbidden Weekend now on BBC2 dares to enter a sinister world as Alex Cox reveals the intriguing history behind the uncut version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Forbidden. The story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde has been made into movies a myriad of times. Understandably, it's a great role for an actor, two great roles in fact, and it's a horror film with literary justification. The book, the story of a benign doctor who invents a potion to release his evil alter ego, was written by Robert Louis Stevenson, apparently at hurricane speed, while drinking himself into stupors, alcohol being the real mystery drug which allowed the good man to access his vicious side. Tonight's version was made in 1932 by the director Reuben Mamoulian, an Armenian born in Tiflis, Georgia, who trained for the stage in Moscow and London and directed various films including Queen Christina and Becky Sharp. It stars the British actor Frederick March in his third screen role. The camera work, given that this is an early talkie and was all shot on a stage, is marvelous. The cameraman was Carl Strauss, who'd worked on the 1920s silent version starring John Barrymore. The good girl, loved by Dr. Jekyll, is played by Rose Hobart. The bad girl, who the sinister Mr. Hyde fancies, is played by Miriam Hopkins. Though it's in black and white and hampered by primitive sound recording, the film seems very modern. March is truly wonderful. Smug, well-intentioned and idealistic as Jekyll, dementedly acrobatic and sadistically menacing as Hyde. Hopkins is very, very sexy. Both she and the good girl wear very seductive décolleté outfits, and both indulge in lascivious, open-mouthed kisses with March. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was made 2 years before the Hayes office came into existence to establish production codes. Thereafter, married couples in American films were forced to sleep in twin beds and to kiss with their mouths closed. It's fascinating to imagine what American films of the 30s, 40s and 50s would have been like without the existence of the Hayes Code. Certainly, if this film's anything to go by, they would have been more morally complex and a lot more entertaining. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde ran into trouble over here principally because of the scenes between March and Hopkins. Theirs is a super obsessive and malevolent relationship, if anything more extreme than that of Charlotte Rampling and Dirk Bogarde in The Night Porter, which you can see for yourself tonight. Their scenes are filled with menace, sexual passion, and potential violence, exactly the way Mr. Hyde and his prostitute girlfriend should be portrayed. Even today, this is far and away the best version of Robert Louis Stevenson's dark tale. The film suffered other more complicated censorship problems as well. It was unseen for many years, not because of the British Board of Film Censors, but because when MGM remade the film in 1941, the studio acquired all rights to the original story and was able to suppress the Frederick March version for almost 30 years.